This is a sequential game. The way to solve these problems are to look at each step starting from the end and then going backwards to the beginning, one at a time, looking at each player's move, assuming they'll choose what's best for him individually, given the set of alternatives he can choose from. So the first thing you want to start with is player 1 can choose between D, E, and F, assuming that players 1 and 2 have already made decisions beforehand. So the first situation, the best move for player 1 will be to choose which one of these payoffs is the highest in the player 1 spot. So that's the 200 because it's higher than 140 and 160. So you can eliminate these two. Next, go to each spot and do the same line of reasoning. 180 is the highest for player 1 out of 170 and 150. So cross out the two lowest ones. Likewise, 130 is the best. Next. And 80 is the best here. 190 is the best here. And 190 is the best again. So that means that if player 1 was given this situation, he would definitely choose the highest payoff to himself. Now, player 2 has to choose between what player 1 has left him, which is the top or the bottom, and player 1 wanted to get 200 here, wanted to get 180 here. Now we're looking through player 2's perspective. So player 2 can either get 220 or 210. So player 2 doesn't want the 210. So this is still a possibility. And then in these two spots, player 1 had wanted the 130 since it was the highest of these three, and 80 because it was the highest of these three. Now player 2 needs to look at the player 2 payoffs, which are 250 and 200. So cross out 200, it's the lowest. So that means this is a possibility here, this top road. So this here gets crossed out. The bottom road could be possible. The top road could be possible in this set. The bottom gets crossed out. And down to here, player 2 has to pick between 190 and 200. So cross out 190, consider 200. So player 2 would take the bottom road, not the top. So now we're left to these three situations, and player 1 is deciding between A, B, and C. So we look at the values of the payoffs for player 1, 190, 130, and 180. So 190 is the largest. So this is the best for player 1. So player 1 will choose C, player 2 will choose Y, and player 1 will choose F. Final answer.